Hey guys, so today I want to talk about intermittent fasting 101. Intermittent fasting, or IF, is very popular among the keto community, people with autoimmune disorders, and for people trying to lose weight. And today I wanted to go into why that is the case. So basically, what is intermittent fasting? In a previous video, I'd kind of started into the subject, realized that I really wasn't getting into it, and I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and do a whole video on this, kind of like a how-to with a little bit of sciencey information that's not too much that it goes over your head or anything, but just enough where it gets the point across. So basically, intermittent fasting is picking a window of eating in your day. Some people go as low as 12 hours, and then some people go all the way up into 36 hours of fasting. There are multiple ways in which you can do this to match your lifestyle, and I'll get into all of those later. But first is the how. So intermittent fasting is picking a certain amount of time in which you choose that you're not going to be eating for. It doesn't have to be super complicated. You don't have to overthink this. This is very, very simple. Keep it simple, stupid, if you can here. During intermittent fasting, you're pretty much just drinking water, soda water, coffee, tea. Some people go back and forth on if you can use things like stevia or other zero-calorie sweeteners. That's kind of up to other people to decide. I personally don't use them because they make me feel sick afterwards, so that's kind of up to you guys. Now, getting into some of the basic science of this, intermittent fasting is basically water fasting. When we are fasting, our body does not have glycogen for it to use to make energy, so instead it switches over to using our adipose fat cells for energy. So why would anyone do intermittent fasting? Basically, it's an easy way to lose weight while retaining your muscle mass. Beyond maintaining your muscle mass while losing weight, it also helps with insulin resistance, lowering your blood pressure, increasing longevity and anti-aging effects, which every lady will love, and it also helps with reducing your risk for cancer. So how would one go about doing an intermittent fasting routine? So everyone does an intermittent fasting routine a little bit differently. Some people choose to eat a certain way, and then on other days they reduce their calorie intake, sometimes by as little as 15% all the way up to, I've seen, 30%. Another option is to do a fasted exercise routine. You hear a lot of people say, I'm doing my fasted cardio in the morning. And basically they eat their dinner at night, and then they go to bed and they go to sleep. In the morning they get up, and without eating anything, maybe just a little bit of coffee and some BCAAs, they head off to the gym and do their cardio. Other people will do a weightlifting routine. That's kind of an optional thing, up to you on what you feel is appropriate. Now, some people will go ahead and skip lunch, and then their dinner will be quite a large meal. Others, they'll go ahead and eat lunch, but a little bit later than normal. So the last one I'm going to talk about is my personal favorite, and that is the overnight fast. An overnight fast is really, really simple. We naturally do this just when we go to bed. We eat dinner, we rest a little bit, we go to sleep, get up in the morning, we don't eat right away, and then we go about our day. Now, that is a natural fast of about 8 to 12 hours. Some people even skipping breakfast. But you can go ahead and extend this a bit further if you like, for about 16 to 18 hours after you've eaten your dinner. So when you go ahead to break your fast, kind of breakfast, get it? That's kind of why they call it that. I don't know if you noticed that. Anyways, when you go to break your fast, you got to keep it really simple, stupid here. Don't go overboard. Oh my Lord. People will do this kind of on a whim and throw themselves out of either ketosis or out of the fast in the most horrible ways. Please don't do that. The easiest way to do it is start off with some bone broth. I prefer a chicken feet bone broth, which I'll give you guys a recipe for on my Facebook. It sounds disgusting. It's absolutely delicious. Oh my God. The collagen is amazing. So start off with a bit of bone broth. I usually do about 1.5 cups, set and rest for about 15 to 30 minutes, and then I choose my meal. At that point, I'm not quite so ravenous where I could just eat anything in sight. And then I can actually sit down and have a decent meal to break the fast. Usually I'll choose about 2 eggs with about 3 tablespoons of butter. Now I'm on keto and I'm on a modified keto, so that works for me. The only thing I don't recommend is choosing a beef meal after the fact. The reason you don't want to do a beef meal is because it's a bit harder to digest than something, say, like fish, tuna, or eggs. It's just a little too much right on the stomach right after fasting. And especially for those people who have fasted for, say, up to 2 days, you really don't want to just hop onto a steak and then move on with your day. That is calling for a stomach ache, bloating. Ooh, yeah, no, don't do that. So after you've broken your fast for that first fairly light meal, nothing too crazy, I usually go somewhere around 500 calories all the way up to about 7. That seems to be a pretty good one. And then I move on with my day eating a regularly portioned meal. Now, I am doing this for inflammation, so my way of doing it is a little bit different than most people's. I now have quite a few more meals to go about to hit my macros for the day to continue on. So if you are doing this to lose weight, you don't need to try and hit your macros for the day or anything like that. Just go ahead and eat your normal sized meals for the rest of the day until you're done. You do not have to hit your caloric goals for your regular days like you would if you were fasting. That's the whole point of fasting. Now there is this really awesome thing that occurs when you're fasting. It's called autophagy. Autophagy begins to occur after the liver has burned through all of its glycogen stores. Once the glycogen stores are depleted, the body's cells basically decide on broken things and things that aren't working if it should fix it or destroy it and then start over. When this occurs, things like inflammation go down, healing begins, and all sorts of health benefits occur. Now, I fast for inflammation, and I usually fast for about 12 to 14 hours. That's about enough for me to start reaping the benefits of reducing my inflammation. I don't need to sit there and fast for weight loss, so I'm not currently. But as we get into my prep, we'll see about how I feel about that. As of right now, the next question is, what do you do once your fast is over? Okay, so you've done your first fast, you've ended it right, you've done it in a healthy manner, and you feel pretty good. Things are feeling good. Now what? Now you're done. You've just fasted. That's it. It's really not that hard. So you can go ahead and move on with your life. If you choose to do this on a regular basis, as always, as a disclaimer, please consult your doctor, please consult your nutritionist, your dietitian. Make sure that fasting is the right thing for you to do. I have personally spoken with my doctors to make sure that they understand that I do fast on a weekly basis, at least once a week. If I am incredibly flared up, which does happen, I will fast twice a week, but no more than that, as the fear that I'm going to lose weight, and I don't really want to lose weight with as tiny as I already am. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope that's a little bit of information beyond what I had posted on the previous video. Like I said, I felt like that I didn't get into it enough, which clearly I didn't because I had all of this information to give you. I think what I'm going to do on a weekly basis is give you guys more videos like this on information that is important as far as health and fitness, and information that you would find interesting or that would teach you something. If you have any ideas on videos like this that you would like to see me do, please go ahead and like and subscribe and comment, and then that way I can go ahead and set a video up like that and give you guys more information. So I'll check in with you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.